Boris Johnson's Brexit border plans have been torn apart by a senior cabinet minister, warning they could break international trading rules, risk the UK's international credibility, and lead to smuggling from the European Union. The UK is set to leave trading and customs rules set by the EU at the end of the transition period on December 31, but the government has recently announced full border controls won't be applied on goods until July 2021. But in a leaked letter seen by Business Insider, International Trade Secretary Liz Truss has written to Chancellor Rishi Sunak and Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster Michael Gove, expressing our key areas of concerns about the government's plans to leave EU trading and custom rules this year. Ms. Truss raised concerns about the legality of the UK's plan for a phased approach on border checks on goods coming from the EU from January to July. She warned the UK would be vulnerable to WTO challenge because of its border policy, as Britain would be providing the EU with preferential treatment in this 6-month period, and could be a breach of rules if there is not a free trade agreement between London and Brussels in place by that time. The International Trade Secretary also suggested from January 1, all goods going into Northern Ireland from other countries would have to have an EU tariff applied by default because a system to apply both UK and EU tariffs may not be ready to launch. She wrote, "I understand that the digital delivery of the dual tariff system, both EU and UK tariff, in Northern Ireland is a high risk and that HMRC are planning to apply the EU tariff as a default to all imports in NI on 1 January 2021. Ms. Truss also warned Mr. Sunak and Mr. Gove there is a risk of smuggling into the UK if all ports are not ready to enforce the full range of checks on goods from January." The cabinet minister wrote, "I would like assurances that we are able to deliver full control at these ports by July 2021 and that plans are in place from January to mitigate the risk of goods being circumvented from ports implementing full controls."